Cool, man.
Righto gamers, this is Griever and I'm just back for just a second because I thought, seeing as we were casting a newer team in the Oz Fortress scene, that being 2166, when they played Surf Infamous earlier on tonight, I thought I might grab hold of Havoc MD, I believe clan leader and medic for 2166, and just see how things have been with his team, seeing as they're new to the scene. So, Havoc MD, how are you doing?
I'm doing really good, man. It's kind of late, but excellent nevertheless.
Yeah, well, I believe it's 1:52 for you and 5 a.m. for me. Wow, Jesus.
It's that kind of scene. I think the TF2 scene's kind of night owlish.
Yeah, yeah, this is true. And yeah, and obviously when this cast go live, you no doubt be looking forward to that because we had Aggro from Crit's Cast and Comedian from Vanilla TV. So yeah, hopefully that will be a good view for you.
Yeah, that's some fantastic news, man. It's really awesome how the TF2 community is like that. I don't think there's any other kind of competitive esport community where you can have say for example, like tennis, you won't get that, cast by the top, um, casters. That's for sure.
Yeah, yeah, and of course, like technically, I'm not a not a not a big cast yet. I'm only just starting out, but those two are big names, so yeah, good of them to lend their time, check out the game and stuff. But either way, everyone starts at the bottom and works their way up. And tell me, like, where did your team form?
Um, Man, to be honest, we just all formed on pubs. I think that's how a lot of like grassroots clans do get together initially. I think uh, there's just that divide between whether a clan's younger or older, and a lot of our players are a bit more mature. Uni students. I have business experience, so I can easily, um, put a clan together, which has helped from taking them to, from pub players to being entry level competitive players. So
So what you're
yeah,
telling me is that it's not full of 13-year-old mic spammers. This is good.
yeah. Well, Mike spammers, rages, people that don't understand or respect the game.
Absolutely.
That's really important to me. So.
Yeah, yeah. Well, this is good. Right. So you all met playing in the pubs, and yeah. Well, what made you decide to form your team?
Really, it came down to I guess, the quality of um, what pub games have kind of become after free to play started kind of coming around. I'm not sure whether you've noticed personally, but it, the skill set quality overall has kind of diminished just a little bit. I don't want to say hugely, but I don't know.
Yeah,
It can be a lot more frustrating
hard out.
than it used to be, especially for myself, man. Like I've played medic main for um, quite a while now. Um,
You were a pub medic. You were kidding me.
I yeah, I tried to
Somebody give this guy
main
a medal.
medic
He
on
has balls
pubs,
of steel.
and yeah, it basically went from being something that was standable, something that you could live with, and you found a few good pockets, and your team could kind of protect you, and then it went free to play, and man, it just went to hell.
Yeah, yeah. I hear you right there. I mean, and I mean it's positive and it's negative at the same time because we do have obviously the lower skill set of people coming in, but I mean for a game that's what we're into our fourth, fifth year of Team Fortress 2 was it 2007? Check out where we are right now. And
Yeah.
I mean, getting all these new players, it's great for the scene, but as you say, yes, a lowering in the skill level. So that's where your clan obviously came from, late bloomers to it. When did you start playing TF2, like in the pubs?
Man, I started like early 2008, late 2007, so I was initially
Wow.
one of the first people
Yeah, what a warrior.
playing. I've been through, I think, two different accounts now, kind of rage quit scenes and all that kind of shit. But
Yeah, yeah. Hope there's no VEC bans in there. I'm kidding, I'm kidding.
no, all good.
Ah, what a funny guy. Anyway, so obviously, you thought I'm gonna make a team and stuff. Like, how did you hear about Oz Fortress initially?
Basically, man, I used to play with a lot of the people that are now top div players, um, and that's really awesome to see. Well, I have seen their progression over the years. Um, And yeah, I basically decided, okay, I'm gonna do this, and we're gonna enter into a competitive format and be casual players.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, it's really important to me in gaming to have fun if you're gaming, and I believe if you're not having fun, you're kind of doing it wrong. So I wanted to take that kind of casual competitive attitude, and hopefully, that will work out in a open level, lower Div 4 kind of level competitive environment.
Absolutely. And I mean, of course, getting into the Oz Fortress scene, how have you actually found? Like, this is an interesting thing for all Oz Fortress members. How have you found getting into the scene? I mean, has it been, has it been supportive? Is it, all of that?
Definitely, I think so, man. I've had a lot of contact with people like Seeker, WM, who've made a lot of time to make you, I guess, feel welcome and understanding of the community and that kind of deal, and just all
Yeah.
the clans in general have all been extremely helpful. Uh, whether it's you need a merc for a game, or you need some help. For example, like even Bonobo, from one of our top medics here in Australia. Um,
The
I
top
asked,
medic.
yeah, I asked him early today on Steam. I said, "Man, do you have any like demos that you could just shoot me? I just want to, look over demos of a decent local medic to just look at my positioning and what I could be doing better." And he just uploaded them straight away, and it's like, "Here you go, man. It's wonderful how um, the TF2 community in general, I think, is a lot better than any other community, like just general communities with regard to games, like
Yeah.
HON, for example,
I was
and
just thinking of
League of
Counter Strike and
Legends.
Hon.
Yeah,
Lol.
they,
Yeah.
they have horrible communities, but specifically the Oz Fortress community, I think it's a very positive community and helpful one as well.
Oh well, this is good. So, how long have you been playing in Oz Fortress now?
Since early September 2011 is when we formed, and I pretty much got us registered straight away for OzFL.
Alright, yeah, good stuff. So you took your team from the pub and you wanted to train them into a sixes team. Tell me, how did they find getting into competitive TF2 and like even in the lower divs and stuff? How did they find going from, like, I'm assuming raping pugs to pugs? What am I saying? Pubs
Yeah,
to getting into competitive play. How did they find that?
man, it was definitely eye opening, that's for sure. Um, I think a lot of team captains who take on kind of green demo men, especially, um, they know of this thing called, like, it's a demo man overextending syndrome, where,
Oh,
because
dude, yeah.
demo man's like slightly OP, right? So I mean, you get a pub demo into a 6v6 format for the first time, and they're running forward, being like they're invincible, and it's just hilarious to see them like just get completely wiped. And
Let me guess, lock and
yeah,
load and an Islander and charge and touch. Yeah,
but
I
yeah,
like.
man,
Yeah.
it's definitely it took some time, and there was a lot of against the grain kind of changes. And the funny thing is, initially when I got them together, I was trying to do all the training myself from using kind of very old, now kind of dated and dead tactics that we kind of did ages ago, back in 2008. And times have changed so much competitively, um, that stuff like using kind of two scouts and a soldier on a flank, for example. Whereas
Yeah.
these days, it's more recommended to have a scout to defend your combo and your demo and all that kind of stuff. Um, it's yeah, it's just interesting, especially Roma roles. I was telling the our Roma initially that he's basically like this rinse repeat suicide bomber, and because that's
Complete with combos.
you know what I mean. It's like that's where the role was years ago,
Yeah, yeah,
and since then it's just become so much more intelligent about picking and well timed aggression. And so yeah, it's something that we've had actually a lot of help with along the way from our top div team member Mikey from SQL.
oh
He's
yeah, yeah.
helped us in the early stages, and at the moment we're being mentored by Dr. Shadow Puppet from EXTV.
Oh, of
So
course, I
so
know
he
Dr.
pops.
Shadow Puppet very well.
Yeah, he's a super knowledgeable guy. Like I love the fact that he's very critical and analytical, because I think that new teams need that. They need to see exactly where they're going wrong. They need to know what they can do to fix it, and they don't need it sugar coated.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of teams would have trouble, a lot of pub stars would have trouble dealing with that, so obviously as a clan leader, you must be doing a pretty good job.
I like to think I am.
Well, this is good. Actually, bringing you back to the thing about pub demos, my mentor clan for the New Zealand Fortress Fresh Meat League, bringing in a bunch of new players, putting them in, assigning them mentors. We got the biggest pub demo in New Zealand and possibly Australia. Mongo, you might have even heard of him, just crazy demo. And I had the exact same thing with him, plus forwarding at every opportunity. I've been like, get it together, Mongo, back up. Crazy times.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely a fan of like Euro style, very aggressive demos across the point kind of play. But I mean, there's this limit where you don't go like jumping straight off and behind teams and just going
Yeah.
crazy suicide kamikaze demo, man.
And of course, the unlocks, especially as well, they mix them with the playstyle for Europe versus American versus Oz Fortress. I mean, I like to think Oz Fortress play is more of a combination of the two. They have, like it's more controlled, try to be more controlled with the aggression than the NA teams and stuff. But yeah, it makes for some fun play anyway. And this is one of the things we love about Team Fortress 2. It moves with the times. New strats come out. I mean, like I'm not even going to get into the old Mad Dogs versus IM argument. We
Mm.
don't even want to go there. But yeah. Um. Anyway, so before we wrap up though, it's very good to hear that you guys are making a start. Like 2166. Where to from here? You guys obviously planning to go into our. Are you aiming for Division 4? Thinking you might try for 3? What are you doing?
Just based on the fact that we kind of want to grow. Um, we don't want to rush anything. We want to take our time, learn the competitive format as an entire team, so that everyone's at the same kind of skill level. Where even there's not those DM divides,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. So we're kind of aiming to get into Div 4 hopefully. We don't want to overcut our grass and go Div 3 and just get smashed or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
because I mean that's just demoralizing. So, but
Absolutely.
yeah, man, aiming for Div 4. Hopefully we'll get in with that, and then we'll start ramping up our scrims probably.
Well,
Two a day, Monday to Thursday kind of deal.
if it makes you feel any better, my clan from New Zealand, we played in New Zealand and thought we were the top shit in New Zealand for quite a while. We
Yeah,
debuted in Division 2 in Oz Fortress L5, L6, and we
yeah.
got absolutely ruffle stomped. So, yeah, good decision.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, you're laying the base and stuff like that, and it's good to see. Yeah, but anyway, thank you very much for coming along and joining me tonight, Havoc, and well, this morning, Jesus. And honestly, I look forward to seeing how your team goes. I'm gonna follow with a lot of interest, and obviously, feel free to send in those demos to me, dude. Very keen to follow the progress of your team as you guys move up and improve.
Thanks, man. It's really appreciated. You know what you're doing for the AUNZ community as well. It gives kind of like an outreach to open level teams like myself, and even lower to higher division teams, to get our games out there and spread the word.
Yeah, well, even seeing your name in the lights. I mean, if you guys have a bad scrim and the next second one of your better scrims or even one of your worst scrims
Yeah.
pops up on, Cell TV, as I know you've had some Cell TV ones or GreaverTV, if you're trying to keep it close to home. Yeah, it's good stuff. But, yeah, anyway, I hope that does help you out there. Most of all, I hope your team does really well. And, yeah. Anyway, so you'll probably be able to look for this on the front page of NZ Fortress. This interview will be... what am I saying? Oz Fortress. Um, I'm gonna chuck that up there, so I imagine a few people will be interested in this. And yeah, for those of you just checking out this interview now, the game should be up on YouTube by the time you see this. So www.youtube.com/GreaverTV, and yeah, you can catch out the game between I believe it was Surf Infamous versus 2166 on Gravel Pit, was it?
Yeah, there's a gravel pit map around.
Excellent, excellent. Right, well, that will be up there. Anyway, I am Griever. This is Griever TV. Thank you very much for joining me tonight, and thank you to Havoc MD for joining me.
Cheers, man.
All good. Have a good night, people. If you like what you've just seen, click on the links to check out more Team Fortress 2 coverage by GTV. Remember that you can help us promote Team Fortress 2 by subscribing and liking the videos.